Hi, everybody. Welcome to Depot TV. I'm your host, Shari Jackson. We're here at the Depot for the season finale of Depot TV for this year. We're excited that you joined us because tonight we have the horror novels of Richie Tarver. And then there's a serial killer on the loose with S.K. Love. She's fed up. She's not taking it anymore. And you're going to get to see a bit of the aftermath a little bit later. And here with me right now is Brie Jepsen, who's going to be transforming me over the course of this episode. You guys stay tuned. It's Depot TV. We are here with the fabulous Richie Tarver. Richie, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Thank you for letting me darken your doorstep this fine Wednesday afternoon.
This fine afternoon. I'm so happy that you did. I'm a fan of your music, obviously, and then just recently found out that you were an author and immediately got very excited to hear about them. And given the topic and genre of your books, I thought it fit really well with today's episode. But I usually like to start by asking people, are you from Norman or are you a transplant to Norman?
I'm technically a transplant. So I moved here to go to college in about 1998. Okay. So I've been here for some time, but I'm originally from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay. So not much of a transplant, but yes, I am a transplant. But I moved here to go to school and kind of stuck around, and I've had the fortune of having some good people and things to do around here that kept me here. So yeah. Right on.
I love that. I love when people come to college here and then find a home here. That makes me happy.
Yeah, no, it's a thriving little community, and there's so much, there's a wealth, I think, here of arts and culture that, to some degree remain untapped. So,
yes.
If you're going to live in Oklahoma, I've always told people, Tulsa, Norman, or Oklahoma City, and I just saw Mike Hosty bike by. So,
Hi, Mike.
As a testament to the many wonderful happenings around here, it's a lively little college town. I love it, yeah.
What'd you major in?
So my background is in anthropology. Okay. I did my undergrad and graduate studies here at OU, and I had to focus more on kind of the biological, archaeological aspects of anthropology, and some of that is translated into my job here at OU. But for the most part, I've got a little further to go before I can get into the real interesting stuff. But yeah, I had an educational focus in anthropology.
Right. And you use a little bit in your job at OU, and what is that job?
Yeah, so I work at the Geological Survey, and I do a little bit of geoarchaeological research. It's kind of I'm trying to get a pilot study for lithic provenance, which is basically tracking down the raw source materials for where first indigenous Americans harvested their tool industry through things like chert, and oftentimes what's left behind in the archaeological record is all that we know about these, amazingly sophisticated, these people that we don't know a lot of, enough about. For example, there's an analogy you can use to Mesopotamia where we know their legends and their myths and even their songs to some degree, and so we're trying to get a window into their lifeways, first Americans here, on this continent, and archaeologically, while it can't provide everything, it does provide us, some context for things like behavioral ecology, trade networks, and stuff like that. So, long way to say, looking at, basically sourcing where they got their tool industry, how far it traveled, and you can, map certain things onto that study.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's important work.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I think so. It's, it's there's not enough information about, these amazing peoples that were here long before us, and I think there's a lot more to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're on it.
Well, yeah. No pressure. Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure. Yeah. So when you were in college, is that when music and writing, when did those things, did the music come first? Did the writing come first?
Yeah, so the music came first. I always wanted to do three different things. I always wanted to write a book, make an album, and make a movie. I never really got off on the movie making, but that's right. Yeah. But no, like music was always there. In fact, it predates all my collegiate studies. So I've always kind of had that, and being here in Norman, and again, having kind of a thriving music scene to build upon, it really allowed that to take off. So well, the music's always been kind of front and center.
Yeah.
The writing came about later. It's always something I wanted to do, and I just finally, had the right ideas and the right momentum to kind of execute. I know I've known so many people, myself included, for so long that have always threatened to write something or threatened to complete something, and it's just about, I think, taking those initial steps to execute, and then just don't get hung up on if this is your first book. It's going to be your first book, and it'll get better from there. And so I've kind of dialed into this thing where it acclimates to my mental landscape, and I've just kind of found a nice little home there, and the ability to get sucked into these little universes of my own making, and
That's
hopefully
great.
somebody else enjoys it at some point down the line. But it's just been a fun thing that just kind of happened, and now that I've got the bug, I can't seem to stop. So
Well, that's awesome. Is that the trick for you? Is it just letting yourself get sucked into that universe that you made?
Yeah.
And just sort of fleshing it out and walking around in it and writing it down? Is that?
Yeah, I think so. Like initially, my first offering was a little daunting. Like I created, I did a little bit of a world building exercise.
Yeah.
Learned from that. It's a little ambitious first step, but I found it to be pretty rewarding. Just getting lost in the characters and letting, in some ways I have things pretty well mapped out. I know some writers like to take an organic approach and just start writing and see where it leads. I'm a little more of a control freak, I guess. And so, I jumped off from that, and then I started thinking about, well, what stories do I really want to tell, and like where, are some of my nostalgia, like what are some of my personal experiences I can draw from.
Yeah.
There is that old adage that, write what you know. So in this latest one, I try to incorporate a little bit of that behind the scenes kind of aspect of being in a band, putting a band together, having to deal with the other personalities in the band, the venues, the promoters, all the hijinks, that are inevitably going to come out behind the scenes, I wanted to incorporate a little bit of that, but also just the fun and the fiction of it all as well. In the setting.
Yeah, I was going to say, as you described that,
Yeah.
it sounds like this might be a book about, a band and a career and a thing, but this is not. You write in a would you call it a horror genre? Would you call it?
Yeah, I try to focus so my favorite stuff to read is sci-fi and horror. And so,
Same.
yeah, so that's my output just naturally. But and I try to draw from my, to some extent I do a little bit of drawing from reality, but it just kind of depends on what, on the nature of the story. But yeah, sci-fi and horror are things I just keep, that's what I like to read, and that's just what I like to write, turns out, as well.
Awesome. So tell us a little more about that latest book and where people can get it.
Okay, so right now you can get it through me if you happen to see me, in person when I get lucky enough to have someone host me for things like art walks, and I do a couple signings. I have a couple local distribution through things like Guest Room Records, Literati Press up in the city, and I'm starting to build out a little bit of that. But Amazon. I know it's not everybody's favorite, purchasing vehicle, but it is available through Amazon in both the ebook and the paperback copy.
Okay. I have to show people because I love these covers.
Yeah, this one I'm very proud of. This was Tony Roberts, who has long time been a graphic designer and illustrator of heavy metal albums and kind of heavy, underground stuff. It's pretty big bands. He's been able to reach across the pond, and he's a fellow Normanite as well. But this is all Tony. I gave very little input there, and I love everything about it. It just I almost fell out of my chair when he showed me the.
It's terrific. It's terrific, and I can't wait to read it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it lives up to the cover. In some cases, they say don't judge a book by its cover. Hopefully,
in this case,
hopefully the content is lived up to the cover. Yeah. But no, it's great. It's a good. I think it says, it tells a lot about what's inside. I think just from looking at the, the great logo to everything, because this is a band logo. It's derived from a Judas Priest track called Hell Patrol. That's kind of the inspiration.
Nice.
For the internal band story that unfolds, as well as just, kind of we're trying to capture that, 80s kind of throwback vibe of the nice shiny chrome and the good, angles and all that. So
love it.
Yeah,
I see that.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic cover, and it's a great logo that he came up with all of this. So yeah,
love it. All right, everybody, Hell Patrol. Pick up a copy. You can find them maybe at Guest Room Records. Look on Amazon if that's your thing. You can find out more about Richie at rdtarver.com. Richie, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for
today.
having me. Check it out. Yeah.
This is awesome. And
Happy
also,
Halloween.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Happy Halloween.
Oh, yeah, happy Halloween. Great Halloween present for somebody if you're a present-giving person, or if you just want to curl up with a nice horror novel, this might be your thing.
It's a fun little romp.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can pick up Richie's great music with the band Rainbows Are Free, wherever you get your music. All right, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be back with more Depot TV.
Hi guys, it's me, Shari, and guess what this is? It's a commercial. Actually, it's a commercial for commercials. We have time on Depot TV in space, and we need some partners to help support Depot TV and keep it going. But you know what we got? We got this platform and audiences every week. And if you sell a thing or provide a service or just want to support us and say thanks, or if you have a shout out or something you want people to know about, you could become a partner in the Depot and have some commercial time of your very own. So give us a call at 405-307-9320 or email us at office@normandepot.org and find out how this commercial space could be your commercial space. Thanks.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Shari, here at the Depot, and I am here with Brie Jepsen. Hi, Brie.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm all right. As you can tell, Brie is a makeup artist, and I am being transformed. Brie, I like to start and ask, do you live in Norman?
Yes, I do.
Are you from Norman?
Yes, I am.
I love that. So you grew up here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Go to Norman High, Norman North?
Norman North.
Norman North. I love it. A Normanite.
Yep.
And a makeup artist.
Mm-hmm.
Where did makeup come into your world?
Well, I would say probably I got interested in it. I was a very frightened child.
Oh, wow.
Of everything. And when I found out that there was people behind the scenes that made the stuff scary, I think is when I started getting interested in how it was done or whatever. And that's what made me a less scared
No kidding.
kid. Yeah.
Kind of like art therapy. In
Maybe.
a way. Little exposure therapy.
Yeah.
I love that. So, because I probably had it in my mind that you started with more traditional forms of makeup and then evolved into this, but this is where you started.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's so cool. And when did you start?
I don't know. Halloween some year.
Halloween some year.
I'm sure.
When I was a kid and
Yeah.
transformed myself into a ghoul.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice. And this is something that you do for a living?
No, just for fun. I mean, I have done it for money, I guess.
Yeah.
Worked at a few haunted houses and,
Oh, I love that.
like I said, Chase needs someone to bloody someone up. I'm here for that. So.
That's fantastic.
But no, mostly it's just for fun. I'm not professional at all. Like I just all learned this kind of
Self-taught.
sort of, just still self-teaching, really, if we want to be
Sure.
honest.
I find that one of the more fascinating ways to discover an art form, though, is when you just put your hand to it and then start figuring it out. Mm-hmm. What was the hardest part to learn?
Probably how not to give myself a skin rash.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. I would think that's it. Taking
Yeah.
care of the skin underneath the makeup would be a...
You don't super glue stuff to yourself. Just don't.
Okay.
It's fun, but just don't.
That's a thing you do once. Maybe
No,
twice?
Maybe a couple more times, yeah.
Okay. And what kind of creatures are the most fun to create with makeup?
Mostly I just do zombies.
It's so love a
I'd
zombie.
like to try something different maybe at some point, but mostly I've just done corpses.
Nice.
That seems to be what people want, so.
I am a big zombie fan. I'm stupid excited today.
Oh, good.
Huge zombie fan.
You're looking rather purple.
Hooray
And
for
blue.
purple. And blue. I can't wait to see myself. Guys, I cannot see myself at all. I don't think I want to see myself until the end.
No,
If I
we're in a
survive this
transition.
mess, I love it. Transition is good. That's great. And you were saying earlier, so you've done things for Chase, for filming.
Yeah.
You worked with a horror burlesque show in Oklahoma City.
I was
The makeup artist for them, a bit.
I was mostly there because I was a girl.
Got it.
So I think I was there for safety concerns for the girls.
Oh, well, that's wonderful, though.
Yeah.
It's a great thing to take into account when you're working with.
Yeah, less than fully clothed, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right. Do you have a memory that sticks out as one of the fun makeup jobs you did, and you're like, that was awesome?
I worked at this haunted house in Tulsa that was super, super fun. And one of my boys that came to my makeup chair every night, for some reason, he was wearing a mask, so really all I had to do is black out his eyes. But he was about 15, had the face of a 7-year-old,
Oh, wow.
but was also 7 feet tall.
Oh,
Or close to it, very close to it. And he would scare grown men more than anybody else there could. And he was just a baby.
oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I myself am tempted, after we're finished, to go run errands all afternoon.
You should.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely you should. And then you should also video that and share.
Chase, you want to follow me running errands? Why not? This is great. Well, thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. We appreciate it. A part of our season finale, ladies and gentlemen, me getting transformed by Brie into a zombie. All right, everybody, we'll be back in a few minutes with more of this transformation. But right now, a serial killer. She couldn't take it anymore. She's on the loose and with her band, SK Love. See you in a little bit.
Never be a try. take it from you. When I give it to me, at least not willingly. You need that fatal flaw of thinking it could be a draw. It'll never be a draw. I get on my way. I get the things I need. Don't try and take them from me. I feel the little world. You understand the consequences of your actions. So I punished you. It's the way you had to be. If you mess with me, you'll see right. Need that fatal flaw of thinking it could be a draw. It'll never be a draw. I'll get on my way. I'll get the things I need. Don't try and take them from me. I feel that I won't. You don't understand the consequences of your actions. So I punished you. It's the way I had to be. If you mess with me, you'll see red. I'll get the things I need. Don't try and take them from me. I feel that you don't understand the consequences of your actions. So I punished you. It's the way I had to be. If you mess with me, you'll see red. without me, without me, you can't give me a minute to fix something. I can't get my fix, get my fix, I'm going. I'm graveyard ticket. Toasted, tough, and haunted bodies in the ground. I said I'm graveyard ticket. Toasted, tough, and haunted bodies in the Just